me. Teacher said that I'm a prodigy. When I'm shopping, I don't care what it's costing me. 10 bands, really, that ain't a lot to me. Turn up my swag to infinity. I leveled up on it. Yeah. You that what they supposed to do, I don't know how to lose. I think the Rari go faster without.
Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They're led out by a man who started more Super Bowls than anyone in NFL history, the great Tom Brady.
I can't help but admire the career Tom Brady has had. The numbers are off the charts. The Super Bowl championships and rings, we know that they are incredible. But how about the durability? Had one season that he missed, most of that season because of a knee injury. The rest of the time, he answers the bell and wills his team to victory more times than not. And we keep hearing from people who are waiting to see the drop-off in his play. I'd quit worrying about it. I'd quit looking for it. He says he wants to play until he's 45. Is there any reason to doubt him? His skills have shown no sign of declining. I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, 77 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake, It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Shotgun now for Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity. Strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own.
He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Aguilar has it. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Ajayi. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st down, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz, a dump off to Sproles. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Brady to throw on second down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the ball is out. Burkhead lost it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate from 13 yards out. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Cordero Patterson, the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Cordero Patterson taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Patriots are back within a score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run with Ajayi. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he's got room. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. This is Ajayi. Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. Devin McCourty brings him down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A final shot before half for Wentz. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, nice move. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On play action, Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On play action, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead. And
now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
There's so many things that can ruin a game for an offensive lineman, but defensive tackles at the line of scrimmage, at the point of attack, who can make you miss and get upfield and make plays like we just saw there for big loss of the yardage, those are the guys that ruin games for you because they're not just lining up and you're able to hit them right off the line of scrimmage. They can make you move and make you miss, and then you have plays like that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Patriots have it.
They went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And able to find Dorsett. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, 56 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Play action. Now Wentz. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They fake the give. Now Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run again with a jive. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They give him 12 yards and a 1st down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing now is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
He'll get it up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles have moved out in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns, also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback. So
Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
To throw is Brady. And a dump off to White. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Brady now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Goes underneath here to White. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Back to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Eagles are likely going to win it. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Eagles on 3rd down. They have been superb, 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Wentz to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Wentz going to throw. This complete, left side to Aguilar. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw is Wentz. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And they'll run it here across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll go ground game here, the tailback. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties. No.
First down.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Rolling to his right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.